of this game.
So the opening lineup for the Heat. In the post, it's Jovic and Adebayo. Lights out there with Tyler Hero. And it's Miller in at the small forward. And for the Warriors, the athletic front court pair. Wiggins alongside Kuminga. And there's Monk. Then it's Rob Williams. And it's Bass in at the 1 spot. And we all know what it means to MP and this team to play well on the road. To win those close road games. MP's been quite vocal, in fact, about rising up in the face of big obstacles this season.
And what I like about MP, he's willing to put his reputation on the line to make something happen. He's not just sitting back waiting for things to develop. That would certainly be the easier route. But instead, he's put a stake in the ground, and that ground is away from home.
And for the inside scoop on MP, and I mean inside, let's send it over to David Aldridge.
Hey guys, these games have been a point of emphasis for MP and his team this season. When I asked him about playing on the road, MP told me it's all about toughness and grit. We're going to play hard no matter where we are. Kevin?
And they are a gritty bunch. David, thank you. And as a coach, Stan, what's something you try to establish at this stage?
I think there's 2 things, Kevin. First, we're trying to build our habits the right way, everything, from the way we practice to the way we prepare for games to the way we warm up, all of it. And then second of all, we're trying to figure out our rotations. Who's going to start, who's going to come off the bench, which groups work well together. It's an ongoing process.
A lot of moving parts, you're right. And it's the Heat with the ball after the miss from Malik Monk. There's a good screen. Lights out. And the Heat, another 3. Well, they say three's company. Well, GA for MP, 3 titles and counting. He's joining some pretty historic company.
And especially when you're talking about those bus drivers, right? The great players who guided their teams to the promised land time and again. There's nothing more impressive.
And so just over a minute and a half played. And Kuminga gets it to go. Kuminga's got his second bucket tonight.
And I like to see this. They're calling his number early, and he's delivering.
Yeah, well, his offensive contributions are going to be very important in this game. So it's good they've already got him in a rhythm.
Anytime Monk gets room to shoot, especially inside, he's such a crafty guard who you want to see pulling the trigger from inside.
Here's lights out. He has 6 on the wing. Miller. Good ball movement here by the Heat. Hero from long range. That one's no good. 0 of 1 to begin the game. Monk hits to Wiggins. Pass to Williams. Wiggins, that's a screen for Williams. Monk for 3. Lights out, grabs the miss. Miami's gone 2 of 4 from beyond the arc to start the game. Puts up a 3, and he's good on the 3 ball. Lights out's got 9. You know, you look at MP, Greg, 3 consecutive Most Valuable Player awards, something that's only been done before by 2 others.
And those would be Bill Russell and Larry Bird. Pantheon-level achievement unlocked by MP. He is on a collision course with greatness.
They stand from 15 feet in. Not many players more dangerous in this NBA than Bam Adebayo.
No, there's not, Kevin. He's got the total package when he gets in the mid-range area on down. He can shoot the mid-range jumper above the rim to finish. He can score with his back to the basket, and he's an outstanding passer.
We haven't even mentioned his defense, right? Because his defense is off the charts.
Always an all-defense consideration.
Buries the long-range jumper.
Well, when you have a guy scoring like he is, you redraw every play to be about getting him the ball.
For some news on MP, let's send it over to the decorated David Aldridge on the sideline.
Thanks, Kevin. As you know, MP and his team are coming off a 3rd consecutive NBA championship. When I asked him what it felt to accomplish something that players like Michael Jordan and Kobe and Shaq had done, he said, "It's an honor. I'm so proud of this group of guys. This one is the sweetest for us so far." MP is humble and hungry. Guys?
I've always thought he was humble. You know, he is indeed. And the three-peat, certainly an impressive feat, D.A. Thank you. Here's lights out, following the basket by Andrew Wiggins. Adebayo the screen. Lights out, misses. And here's Kuminga. He'll bring it up for the Warriors. Trailing by 2. This, of course, their first chance to play Miami this season. Here's lights out. He's guarded by Bass. They set the pick. Here's lights out. Hits it from three-point range. Lights out's got 15. And the three-peat for MP. Greg, the first one in a while.
And those Kobe Shaq Lakers, the last team to win 3 in a row. Doing it all the way back in the early 2000s.
For the finish, the fast break ends at the rim with a jam.
He takes advantage of them in every way possible.
And Greg, he lures them into a trap on the steal, and then bang, straight to the bucket.
Turning great defense into great offense. That's the kind of stop you're looking for.
Here is Bass after the Heat pick up 2. Three-pointer on the way. His second shot goes in, off to a good start, 2 for 2.
And that pick takes the D totally out of the equation.
Yeah, you've got to lock and trail hard. You can't allow him a clean look for that.
Here's lights out. He's got 15. To the left side wing. Shot clock at 6. Adebayo the screen. And that one drops for him. Jovic has got his second bucket of the game to go.
Well, the defense can't lose track of him. He's just too talented offensively.
Pass to Williams. Outside, Kuminga. Now here's Wiggins. Over Miller. And it's Wiggins missing.
Yeah, not at his most efficient this quarter. He's got to work on finding high percentage shots.
There's the screen. Here's lights out. From outside, off the mark. Warriors trail by 6. Pass to Bass. Back to Wiggins. Bass with it. Down low. And Wiggins gets it to go on the assist by Bass. Wiggins has got his second basket of the night.
And flashing some real toughness inside. Wiggins can finish plays that others simply can't.
Lights out with the bucket. And once again last season, MP was voted to the first-team All-NBA squad. That's his third time, GA. We may be getting used to it at this point, but, man, it shouldn't diminish the accomplishment, should it?
The consistency we see from MP on a season-by-season basis is tremendous. Kevin, it is no easy feat to land on the first team that many times.
And here are the Heat now. The Warriors making the shot. Here's lights out. His three-pointer's off the mark. Warriors have gone 8 of 14 from the field in the first quarter. Here's Williams, and the slam by Williams.
Well, look, the defense has got to push Williams further away, or he'll do exactly that.
Here's lights out. He's guarded by Bass. Adebayo the screen. Lights out. Second chance effort. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Yeah, Bam's a little undersized for his position, but he makes up for it with great effort, athleticism, and intensity.
Well, G.A. Adebayo came from very humble beginnings.
Yeah, raised by his mother. And Kevin, Bam's main motivation in life was to get her out of that trailer. He worked extremely hard and now arguably a top 25 player.
And the first one at the line is good.
And attitude plays such a big role in Adebayo's game. This guy is a worker. Doesn't mind getting his hands dirty if it means getting his team ahead.
Checked in for Golden State. And Adebayo drops them both. Well, the Miami Heat have always been in contention, Stan, for the East, and you've worked in the organization. Why is that?
Well, look, Kevin, I'll admit to a bit of a bias here, but they have a great coach, maybe the best in the league. He's been there since 2008. That Consistency and continuity really helps, and this team expects themselves to win no matter what they go through.
The Heat making a switch here. Rupert's checked in. Here's Hood-Schifino. The shot's good. Brown making the play. Hood-Schifino's got his first bucket in this one. Miami leading by 5. Brown out there with Barrett. Then it's Andrew Wiggins. Then there's Jordan Poole. And it's Hood-Schifino in at the point. That's the Warriors' 5. Lights out with the bucket. And for MP, last season culminated in a championship. And Greg, his third finals MVP award.
And that third finals MVP puts MP among the likes of Magic, Shaq, and Duncan. We're talking about some of the all-time greats, and MP is still looking to build on that legacy.
So do you sit him with 3 fouls? Big decision for his coach here.
Number 9.
Warriors trail by 8. And we're about 2 minutes into the second quarter here. Wiggins finds Poole. Clock at 6. So we've reached the end of the first half of play. It's the Heat up by 10. It's the NBA on 2K Sports from San Francisco.
Well, looking at the Warriors, hey, their spirits are high. They have a chance to start the season on a winning streak. Build up that momentum, guys.
And getting back to our current contest, very impressive first half performance for the Heat.
They're up because...
That'll do it for our show tonight. Thank
We played through the first half. Plenty of basketball, though, left in this one. It's been one outstanding game from lights out.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
Yeah, and in terms of slowing him down, I think they're going to have to change things up. Give him some different looks.
On the floor for Miami. In the post, it's Jovic and Adebayo. Tyler Hero out there with lights out, and it's Miller in at the 3, the small forward.
And guys, he's been a one-man air raid coming at them time and time again.
Miami leading by 22. They've got Jordan Poole. Moody is out there with Barrett. And it's Santos in at the center, locking down the middle. That's the Warriors' 5. Lights out with the bucket. And a chance to watch MP tonight. Fresh off his third MVP award.
And last year, he was incredible. I think MP has earned the right to call himself the best player in the league. But you know lots of guys in this league want to knock him off that pedestal. And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
The Warriors shooting 48% from the field. Not bad at all. Here's Hood-Schifino. Pass to Santos. Golden State moving the ball around. And the slam by Moody.
That is not possible. What we just, is that possible?
I think it is, Greg. Not probable, but like possible, like you said. And great camera work showing up on the AT&T 5G Slam Cam. Here's lights out. Again, the Heat good for 2.
Well, he's a reason why they're winning right now. He's been efficient offensively, and his confidence continues to grow.
Pass to Poole. From past the arc. Moody's shot is off. The Heat have gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the fourth quarter started. Here's lights out. Tries the spin move. And there's the foul. It'll go on Jordan Poole. That's his 4th foul of the contest.
Fouling like that isn't how you get back in the game.
Mobley, he's checked in for Goga Bitadze. Here's lights out. No good on the quick 3.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Near the three-point line, it's Poole. It's rebounded by Jovic. Jovic has got 8 rebounds in this game.
Their game plan needs to change if they're going to get out of this hole because he is just not there offensively.
Takes the 3, and it's good. 3 points on the board on the shot from Lights Out. Lights Out's got 7 points here in this quarter. And last year, MP was named All-NBA for the 3rd time in his career.
And that tells you everything you need to know about MP. He's in the top tier of competitors in the...
Substitution.
Hey, you're up. Close this thing out.
Now, here's Bass. Pass to Wiggins. It's Adebayo with the rebound. Adebayo's got rebound number 10 tonight with that last one. From downtown. And the rebound goes to the Warriors. When this game is done, they'll be off to take on the Raptors. It's game 1 of a 3-game road trip.
And you know what? If you're the defense, you got him right where you want him. Let him keep shooting those threes because he's been brutal in this half.
Lights out with the bucket.
Well, he's been nothing short of fantastic this game, and he has his team in a great spot as this thing winds down.
And it's lights out with the foul. And so Miami takes this one by a big margin. A resounding victory for them. And Greg in enemy territory.
Happy Friday night, everyone. Time to kick off the weekend with the NBA on 2K Sports. 2 slam dunk champs, Grant Hill and Brent Barry, our analysts tonight. Brian Anderson here. We'll hear from Allie LaForce as well. And to look at the status here of both teams' injured players and who will not be in the lineup.
And it feels really early to be already missing players from the lineup. How these teams respond will impact the outcome of this game.
So a look at our starters for the Heat. Jovic and Bam play together inside. Then it's Miller. Then there's Tyler Hero. And it's lights out in at the point. And for Denver, Nikola Jokic is out there with Peyton Watson. Then it's Murray. Then it's Lauri Markkanen. And it's Ellis in at shooting guard. And despite some of the challenging buildings to play in on the road in the NBA, MP and his team have made it a point to win tough games away from home. Easier said than done in this league.
And this team's goal was to compete on the road, and so far, so good. MP is looking for another good road performance tonight. And we all know in the NBA, it's hard winning on opposing courts.
Lights out. That's good. Well, Grant, you'd be hard-pressed to find anyone who doesn't have MP on their short list for greatest player of all time. He's earned that consideration.
The skill he plays with, the hardware he's collected, he's got as great a case as any. It's impossible to compare players between eras, but without a doubt, MP has been the best in this era.
Both of these teams tonight with a fair share of veterans on their roster spread.
Yeah, a lot of guys coming into this one, BA, just ready for what the game offers up. They have young guys that are watching and getting experience from options.
observation, but the guys on the court tonight, they're going to understand where it is that this game in a 6-minute stretch can be taken advantage of, and that could be the difference in the win.
And that one's good. Markkanen.
Well, a good start here. That's Trey for Trey, and that's Spanish for free.
All right, let's get a report from Allie.
I had a chance to catch up with Michael Malone. Right away, he acknowledged they're facing one of the best defensive players in the league in Bam Adebayo. He told me Bam can do it all. He can protect the rim, he can defend in isolation, he can rebound. So we have to keep our composure, be aware of his presence, and not let him dictate what we do. All right, let's send it back to you guys.
All right, Allie, thanks once again. Up top, Watson. Pass to Markkanen. Outside Murray. Off target from three-point range.
I mean, I think that was their first miss of the game. They've been just rolling.
There's a screen. The shot. Lights out, no good.
I admire the play call. They just couldn't capitalize.
Yeah, an efficient offensive possession. They found the look that they wanted, just didn't go in.
Murray, no good.
He didn't make them pay for that weak defense, but they just can't rely on him to miss those kind of shots.
Adebayo sets a screen. And again, it's Miami from deep.
He's going off this quarter. A huge reason why this team is on top.
And we're about 3 minutes into this first quarter. Outside Murray. Pass to Ellis. The three ball. Yes, and it's Murray picking up the assist. Murray's got 3 assists tonight.
Oh, you gotta love the back and forth, showing real confidence at the arc.
They're both teams finding ways to the three-point line and trying to take advantage from distance.
Here's lights out. 12 points for him, and he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Outside Watson. Pass to Markkanen. And it's Denver with another.
Talk about confidence. Markkanen feeling like he can drill shots from anywhere right now.
Here's lights out. Defended by Murray. Here's lights out. Off target from outside. Denver has gone 2 for 4 from range to start things off. All right, Brent, let me ask you a very important question. What exactly is Heat culture?
BA, Heat culture is about toughness and competitiveness. And if you step into that building, you better make sure that you're ready to be pushed and push the limits that, as a professional player, not a lot of other teams are willing to go. As soon as they find guys who enjoy that, and I'm not going to say torture, but it's close, those are the kind of guys who make it in Miami.
Seems like this offense is being executed the way it was designed.
Yeah, I'm sure Coach couldn't be happier with the results.
Now here's Murray. His last outing, he had 24 points.
That's a tough rebound if you don't have the length that he does, so the size paying off.
To halt the run. Sinks that one. Now shooting 5 of 10 and looking sharp. And the chess match continues.
7 lead changes already, and we're still in the first half. Tough call for his coach. Second foul already. We'll see how much the staff trusts him.
Second team foul. Number 9, Tyler Collar.
Nuggets trail by 6. Setting the floor for Miami. They've got Najee Marshall, and it's Ware in at the 5. Here's Jokic. Deflected, and he stays with it. Back to Dunn. Pass to Levine. The 3. The three-pointer is good from Levine.
And we've watched it for years, the floor-stretching ability of Levine.
Here's lights out. From outside the arc. And Holmes pulls it down. Denver has got 7 of their 16 three-point attempts to go in. LaVine not messing around in tight.
Proving once again, LaVine is not all dunks and threes.
And we played through the first minute here in the second. There's a screen by Marshall. Here's Lights Out. He drops it from range. Lights Out's got 18 points in the game. And what an incredible achievement from MP recently. Grant, he turned in one of the most efficient games you will ever see.
Well, you talk about what it means to dominate. MP was the definition of that with his performance. Now, everything fell for him, and it looked like he was a man amongst boys.
Here's Lights Out. Denver getting their last shot to go. No good on the triple. Dunn right side. Pass to Holmes. Back to Dunn. Three-pointer. Rebound by the Heat. They're a team with momentum in the midst of an 8-game winning streak.
Watching this team operate at this elite level, firing on all cylinders, the way they're going right now, this winning streak could go on for some time.
Here's Lights Out. 18 points for him. Drills it from deep.
Ooh, this guy is as hot as they come from distance. Defensively, you almost have to pick him up once he crosses half court.
Now here's Dunn. Can't hit from in close. Here's Lights Out. 21 points in the game. From deep. Getting it to fall there. He's 8 of 15 in the game.
12 straight points off threes. This defense is not extending very well.
Here's Barnett. And again, it's Denver missing. Miami leading by 8. Here in quarter 2, we played a little over 2.5 minutes now. Lights Out. And he can't extend the lead to double digits. The Nuggets have gone 3 for 7 here in the second quarter. Here's Dunn. Got a piece of it. Pass to Lights Out. There's the screen by Marshall. Lights Out, no good. Denver has gone 1 for 3 from downtown here in the second. Barnett, the pass to Holmes. Nice dish, and the layup goes down. Holmes has got his first 2 points of the night.
Looks like we're starting to see a pattern here. Not afraid to get in the paint and get wet.
Here's Lights Out. He had 25 points in his last game. Sends it home from three-point land. Lights Out's got 27.
All 5 of the last buckets they've given up have been from downtown.
Barnett, pass to Dunn. Now here's Jokic. Pass to Barnett. 5 on the clock. Tried to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. Here's Lights Out. He's got 27. Off the mark there with a 3. LaVine passes to Dunn. And it's Miami with a rebound. Hero's got 4 rebounds now.
I mean, he's yet to make a shot this quarter. At some point, you got to look for other ways to impact the game. Wow, their opponent is doing a tremendous job spacing the floor.
Here's Barnett. Yet to see a basket. He takes it in. Comes up empty down low.
Some of it's good defense and some of it's just poor shot selection. Either way, he's being shut out.
Here's Lights Out. Fires from deep. And the Heat, another 3.
Just incredible. I mean, he's really making it rain out there, knocking them down one after another.
Kind of like he's in his living room right now. He's found a comfort zone. Once he gets that, the defense knows they're in trouble.
Now here's LaVine. He's got 7. Pass to Barnett to end the run. Hits the trifecta. Barnett's got his first 3 points of the game.
And both teams running long-range plays that are working.
Well, both of them looking towards the three-point line, and I like to see that, especially when the results are made buckets.
And so it's Eric Spoelstra with the timeout here. We might see him looking to make some tweaks to the strategy here. And the Heat with some changes. Jovic, he's checked in for Marshall, and Miller subbed in for Rupert. And the Heat with possession. They're on an 18-7 run. A chance here to catch up with Allie from the sideline.
Hey guys, lights out in their last game against the Spurs was all business. He had 25 points, and thanks to his assertiveness, he drew a number of fouls, getting himself to the line. There is no slowing this team down right now, and it's because he has been so incredible for them during this run.
It really was some night for him. He couldn't have been much better, Grant.
Yeah, B.A., there was nothing they could do to contain him. Once he got rolling, it was game on.
And sometimes you can just look at a guy and you see the confidence that he's playing with. That's what I like best.
And out of bounds, Denver will have it. And with this pause, a check on the stats to show you which teams led the league in assists last year. Number 1, the Heat, Denver in 5th.
During last season, both of these teams were just unselfish, piling up the assist.
Pass to Ellis. Back to Murray. Lets the three fly. Miller pulls it in. Miller's got 4 rebounds in the game.
I'll tell you what, they've rebounded the ball tremendously well.
Well, Grant, when you think of Jamal Murray and all he's been through, health is of utmost importance for him.
Oh, extremely important, B.A. Because when Murray is healthy, he's a lethal player and a huge part of this team's success.
Right side Murray. And it's Murray finishing it off.
And appreciation for Jamal Murray and his athleticism getting all the way up there.
Here's lights out. He's got 36 points. Jacks up a 3. Sinks it from distance. Lights out's got 39.
Man, they're having a hard time defending the triple. That's 3 in a row.
And here's Murray. Give him 8 points now. And that one's good. Markkanen.
Markkanen, not a guy you want to leave alone.
Miami leading by 14. Here's lights out. 4-3. And again, Miami with a triple.
His big night continues. He is fueling this lead.
Now here's Murray. Not a lot of room.
Yeah, looking up at the scoreboard, guys, that's his 3rd foul, and his coach has to consider now sitting him down.
The Nuggets making a switch here. Holmes is checked in. Murray finds Holmes. Knocked loose. Outside Watson. The rebound by Ware. They are blowing this one open.
Maybe the only question is how big will this lead grow?
Here's lights out. No good with the triple. And the Nuggets shooting 44%, a pretty decent clip. Pass to Watson. Murray from outside drains the triple. Murray's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Well, when he's feeling that, Jamal Murray is going to find some way to get to that range and knock it down.
Here's lights out. He's got 42. Tried to come right back with a 3 of his own, but it's no good. Nuggets trail by 14.
His 4th foul already, and we're not even at halftime. They'll likely limit his minutes the rest of the way.
McCollum, he's checked in for Miami.
Number 15, C.J. McCollum.
Walk. So it's Miami. They lead by 11 as the quarter comes to a close. Hey, 3 points is better than 2. They built this lead by tacking on that extra point at the end of possession. We'll be right back with you shortly.
Hello, everybody. We're here to break it all down, and through the first half of play, it's a very commanding lead for the Miami Heat.
You have certain players that live and die by the three. Right now, they are L-I-V-I-N, living. Kenny can.
And now let's take. And that's it for halftime.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the rout that. And LaVine has got the ball here for the Denver Nuggets. We've got Zach LaVine. Chris Dunn is out there with Nikola Jokic. And it's Barnett in at the point. That's the group in the game for the Nuggets. Out left to the wing. And a miss there on the triple. Miami leading by 10. Here's lights out. The three is up. And the three-pointer goes. Lights out's got 45 points.
Down the stretch, he's been flat out awesome. He helped them get the lead, and now he's making sure they keep it.
Here's Barnett. And the layup is good.
That's how you draw it up right there. A screen to shed the defense, a quick move to the bucket, and you get the lay-in.
Lights out. The pass to McCollum. Here's lights out. He squares up and sinks it. Lights out's got 47 points. Nuggets trail by 13. LaVine surveys the D. This one for three. Knocks it down from distance.
And with how well LaVine attacks the bucket, defensively, you almost have to give him space to shoot threes.
Fourth quarter now. We're about a minute and a half in. Here's lights out. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Denver has gone 1 of 2 from deep in this quarter. Three-pointer, no good. Miami leading by 10. From downtown, another one falls. Amazing.
My goodness, 50 for the game.
Just putting on a show. To the paint. And it's rejected. The three is up. Connects from downtown. Lights out's got 53 points.
They're getting torched on the perimeter. 4 of the last 5 buckets have been threes.
Here's Barnett. Played it in with a nice touch off the window.
Some sick ball skills displayed right there. And he's not the guy you expect to pull that off.
Here's lights out. They set a pick. Fires the three. And another one.
And he's been dominant so far in this one.
Shouldering the offense. Really taking it to the opposition. Now here's Dunn. He's covered closely. And that one drops.
Any possession that ends in a shot from that range after good player and ball movement, that's a good one.
Here's lights out. No good from outside. Nuggets trail by 15. Oh, plenty of contact on that shot. Officials call the foul, and he'll take 2 free throws now. All right, we've now got our 2K insider, Shams Charania, on the line. He's got a special report. Shams, it's all yours.
Well, guys, teams are all grappling with this new CBA, especially the dreaded second apron. Fans possibly unclear on what it means. Honestly,
Substitution on the court.
That's a tough walk back to the showers.
So it's the Heat taking the W at a close one. With the late victory, they upset plenty of these hometown fans.
They really should take this win to heart.